Okay, cool. Guys, hi everyone. Hello to everyone who's joining our live trading room here with Lachlan from Samurai Day Trading. So hello to all the samurais and ninjas alike. I'm Aline from the Trading Pit. I have Alberto here with me, also our head of operations. Just wanted to really quickly hop on here and say hello. We will join you in a little bit, well, after you're done trading today, to discuss a few things. We love it. We love teasing some interesting things, giving you some updates. And let's see. But for now, I'm going to pass it on to Lachlan. I can see he's already in investigator mode because he's already checking what's happening in the market. I heard that nasdaq is kind of having a sharp move. So I'm going to pass it on to Lachlan. Perfect. And guys, enjoy.
Thank you. Yes, guys, the NASDAQ has just literally dropped 300 ticks in 5 minutes. Now, that normally occurs. As that normally occurs, so when we get a 300 tick candle, that's normally a sign of somebody sending a rocket at somebody. As it turns out, guys, it looks like, again, I'm getting news alerts about rockets being positioned, but not fired yet. Okay, so this could be a pre-positioning of a very, very large rocket. Okay, so that's going to be that, guys and girls. We have to keep a very close eye on this. Literally, as I always do, a big thank you to Arlen and the TTP team. Just as we were getting ready doing our pre-brief, all of the markets globally just started collapsing, which does suggest we would say, now mind you, for those that have worked with me before, I'm just going to share some slides with you now. So let me get them up and racing. For those that have worked with us before, guys, you'll know that the market, the candles actually start to twitch. So you see this twitching in the market. That's when you know something is coming. That's when the twitch is an interesting little thing. Guys, I'll just grab your chat for you. The twitch is actually caused by algorithmic responses to the news or to the rumor of news, and you'll get some algorithms getting in, other algorithms getting out. Some algorithms are responding to key, some algorithms goes responding to keywords. Other than that, goes the market is literally just tanked. Okay, so 300 ticks down on the NASDAQ within 5 minutes. So again, if that tanking in the market, and can I confirm that you can see, guys, can I confirm you can see a black slide? Guys, if you can, you should be able to see that. That should be ready to rock and roll. Perfect. Yes, you are correct. Right, so some of you are already trading, which is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Now, guys, I do believe that we have a Barbie with us today, literally Barbie. So hello, Barbie in Australia. Hope you're absolutely fantastic. I believe you might be sitting with Suzanne. So a massive hello. Guys, from the mountains of Japan. As you can probably see that I do have a jacket on. It's about 5 degrees, guys, about 5 degrees outside, which is exciting. As if you're into snowboarding and skiing, it's very exciting. And flip side is, it is Akito's birthday today, guys. It is my wife's birthday. So yes, I had to go and try and look for a dress today. She wanted to buy a dress. And for those of you that have been on social media, no, I wasn't buying myself a dress. I just wanted to be very, very clear. As an ex-military kind of bloke, I generally don't wear dresses very often, but for those people that do think that's funny, there's some of you that think that is funny. No, I was not shopping for my own dress, but I appreciate that. Now, mind you, there's anything wrong with that. Now, so again, of course, here we go. Here it comes. Now, that being said, guys and girls, we're in for a really, really good little day. There's no question about that. Market is super volatile. Again, we do love volatility. Now, it looks like there are people positioning rockets around the world. We can't really control that. What we do, though, is we tend to find that if there's any kind of uncertainty in the market, guys, the global currency of fear is selling. The global currency of prosperity is buying. What we're going to find today, guys, is we're in for a volatile day. Okay, so watch for the twitching in the market. I'll naturally warn you if we are going to get a twitch. We see the twitch coming. We've got early warning systems that give us the twitch. Guys, and again, if they want to plummet the market down, guys, we're going to get some really solid sell signals today. The larger US markets do talk about sells. There's no question about that. So some of you may already be short. If you're already short, then that's obviously going to go quite well. Now, guys, today we are going to be trading both futures and CFDs. So I do need to run through a number of customer caution notices. I believe last time we ran this session, we had traders in the actual Zoom session from 12 different locations. Now, some of those locations like Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and the US are very, very strict on their compliance. So we're going to, guys, we're going to do the best of covering everybody's compliance in one go. Now, that being said, we are trading futures and CFDs today. What does that ultimately mean? Is that there is going to be risk in trading. Now, there's a number of risks. I need to guide you through those so everybody ultimately forewarned is forearmed. Now, because we are going to be trading with margin, that does mean we borrow some money every time we take a trade. That actually amplifies the two major risks of trading. As our risks are, we can make money and also lose money. All right, so we are in the game of professional risk control. That's what we do every day. So when I am trading with you today, guys, I will be giving you your entry points. I'll be giving you your targets, and I'll be giving you what we refer to as an RCP, or a risk control point. This is where I want you to basically consider. Now, you don't have to do what you're told, guys and girls, but I will say to you, I would consider reducing my risk at this point. The risk reduction, guys, will always be defined by the volatility of the market. At the moment, guys, the market is quite volatile, so we will have slightly larger risk control points, slightly larger stops, but naturally we're also going to go for fairly large targets, which should be good fun. And guys, a number of you are trading already. So if you're trading already, if you're taking advantage of the fact that the NASDAQ and S&P and the European markets, guys, have all just tumbled, they've failed at a pivot. Now they're turning around and going back the other way. I can see that on the charts already. So if you are taking advantage of this volatility, as a massive well done. Now, that being said, guys, everything we're going to do is general information only today, guys. The webinar is being run. And again, thank you for TTP for allowing us to do this. Everything we're doing is general information only. We're doing this for the purpose of education only. The beauty of that is you may seek to take advantage of the education systems that we use as in order to trade the market today. Based on the lead-in volume, guys, so it was around 55,000. Just to give you an idea, it's now 76,000. That means we're in for a very big session. We're looking at probably 15 to 18 trades. Right. So that being said, please don't let me romance you into doing something you wouldn't otherwise do. If you are brand new to doing what we do, please, guys, just sit back and watch. As we do this every day of the week, multiple times per day. So as a result, you're not going to miss out on the next big massive trade. Mind you, the reversals long, guys, on the NASDAQ, S&P, and FTX at the moment look absolutely brilliant. I do need to mention, guys, past performance of all financial products can no longer be used as an indication of future performance. So past performance can't be used as an indication of future performance. Now, guys, we've got another thing going on, guys, in the market. It's called the internet. So I will be doing my best today to give you the best guidance I possibly can. Because we are all trading over the internet, there is what we refer to as a market risk factor, where you may not be able to get into the trade where I get in, and vice versa. Whereas particularly if you are trading a CFD, if you're trading a CFD, we're trading futures, guys, there may be different entry and exit prices with those markets. So just be aware, guys, there are market risk factors we do need to be aware of. Now, who am I, guys? At this point in time, guys, I'm the lead trader and lead educator, guys, with Samurai, guys, out of Singapore. Very, very excited to have that role. Guys, it's been an awesome journey so far with Samurai, so suffice to say, very, very happy to be with them. Guys, I do come from a military background. I spent 15 years in the Australian Regular Army with multiple tours overseas. I then spent 5 years before that, guys, in the Australian Army Cadets. So again, I've had around about 20 years worth of military training, 15 really good ones and 5 years in the cadets. Suffice to say, guys and girls, I'm pretty straight with what I do. I'm a pretty straight shooter, if you don't mind the pun. As a result, we just get on with the job of trading. We quite often say no fluffs, no bubbles, we just get on with it. And guys, I've had the opportunity to work in multiple countries. I currently live in Japan. I work out of Singapore. We trade the European market and the US market. So suffice to say, guys, it's very much a global passion. Now, what we're going to focus on primarily today, guys, the 4 wows over there on the left-hand side. CSA, for those that are not aware, is candlestick analysis. Guys, we're going to be looking at the delta. We're running two deltas today, delta V1 and delta V2. Okay, they are mathematical algorithms that tell us when to trade. They're going to become very, very popular today because the market is really volatile. Guys, down the bottom, we are going to look at ratios. There will be two styles of trading today, dynamic and static. We will be targeting a 5-minute chart trade. That means that the static traders will be waiting for the 5-minute candle to close before they make a decision on what the market is likely to do. Guys, the dynamic traders will be actually making a decision before the 5-minute candle closes. So two different trading styles. Guys, the static traders normally run at a higher success rate. Beginner traders normally start as static traders because it's very, very easy to read a candle once it's closed. Sometimes candles can be difficult to read, guys, when it's bouncing up and down. Now, primarily, guys, we are trading a 5-minute chart in cahoots with the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, the 60-minute chart, and the 4-hour chart. Guys, takes me to the bottom. Wow, we will be focused on what we call ABC stair-step in the market, or what we call ABC patterns and the step they create, because that's our way we ultimately read the market. What does that mean? Guys, we do let the market do the heavy lifting. When we jump into the live trading room, we're going to have the NASDAQ in the top left-hand corner, S&P 500 bottom left, we've got the FDAX top right, FESX in the bottom right. Guys, please be aware that the strategies we are using today have been working very, very well since August 2009. So when we get in there, if you've got any questions at all about why we do what we do, guys, please do understand that the strategy at this point in time, guys, was developed by myself in 2009. It was fine-tuned in 2010. We haven't actually changed the strategy since 2010. So literally, it's now late 2024, guys, and the strategy is still pumping out winning trades on a daily basis. And therefore, guys, we're just going to focus on using the strategy. That's effectively all we're going to do. I know it sounds very boring, but it's also very profitable. For those that are already trading, guys, it looks like Ahmed has already finished trading for the day. Rob, that's a great trade. You guys, for those that are in the Zoom, you can see the performance coming in. I can actually show you the trades that these traders are trading. Suffice to say, in the actual live trading room session, we're going to pick up probably 15 to 18, maybe 20 trades. It is going to be a fast session. There's no question if the markets are as volatile as what they look like. Now, guys, ultimately, I'm going to run through these points for you. So we are running a live trading room. There's no doubt about that, guys. It's primarily in place for education only. However, many people have already gone through the education. Therefore, they use the actual live trading room as a conduit, guys, to compare what other traders are doing around the world and ultimately make as much money as they can, as quickly as they can. So, guys, the LTR will run with a principle of profit first, education second. Now, please be advised, there are two live trading rooms. Guys, we've got the European Open, which we're about to do. We've also got the US Close. The US Close had an absolute blinder. I had absolute blinder this morning. So for those of you who traded the US Close, I can see the markets were incredible to trade. So well done. That's brilliant. There's another point. Some of the people that we've been in the LTR today, guys, they have been trading with me for more than 12 years. So if you do see some big profits being posted, that's simply because these traders are not only on a lot of contracts, guys, but they've also got a lot of experience. Now, I won't be calling trades today, guys, unless they run at a plus 90% strike rate. Now, how do we achieve that strike rate? We are ultimately futures traders. So big difference, guys, futures versus anything else, as no doubt you are aware. Now, guys, each day I do put a YouTube video out. So if you're brand new to what we're doing and you do want to have a history or do want to look at some of the history of what we've been up to, guys, I'm building that Samurai Day Trading channel for you at the moment. Excuse me, just let me grab a sip of water. Hold on 1 second. So, guys, that YouTube video is there ready to rock and roll. Guys, the short videos on there are really popular. So some of the short videos, guys, just so you know, the short videos, I've only been doing them for Samurai for, best part of 50 days. Guys, one of those videos is actually just under 1,000 views already. So there's a lot of people that are looking at what we do going, well, there's something going on here. Guys, ultimately, the big advantage we have over a lot of traders in the world is our strategy's been proven for years, and we are futures traders versus anything else. Now, that being said, guys, let me keep rolling because we're going to have to do a lot of work in the charts when we get there. As personal considerations, if you're brand new to trading, guys, please watch, listen, and learn. There's going to be a lot of stuff on today, which is going to be good fun. If you are an experienced trader, guys, you're welcome to take any of the trades that I discuss if it meets your trading plan and your risk profile. Guys, please note that we will seek to maximize profit on every trade. That ultimately means controlling our risk quickly and let the profit run. I'll guide you through that, guys, as we need to. And please note, guys and girls, that every trade requires risk. If the risk is too much for you, please don't take the trade. Now, flip side, guys, if you do want to have a read of my latest book, it's available free, guys, on the Samurai website. It's called Brokers Exposed. It talks about why Forex traders generally don't make money and futures traders do. It's a really, really cool little book to read. Guys, naturally, you can also go to YouTube. And also for those that are a little bit interested in what we do, guys, there's a starter pack video series that's also free. It's available on the Samurai site. Guys, that basically give you the foundation of our knowledge and what we're doing. And suffice to say, guys, that starter pack series is already proving very, very popular. Now, we'll jump into the live charts. Guys, now, again, it's going to be busy, guys. It's going to be busy. So the massive orange candle, guys, over here on the NASDAQ, that's a 300 tick candle to the downside, guys. That is very, very rare for this time slot. Very, very rare. Two things have occurred, guys. Two things have occurred. I've actually got a news warning, guys, on my chart that Russia has moved a very, very large rocket. There's a very, very large rocket. This thing's around about 35 feet long, weighs around about 40 tons with a warhead of around about 1.5 tons. It looks like they may have moved that rocket. That's all they've done. But to give you an idea of how that was interpreted by the financial markets, this orange candle is enormous. Now, guys, there is an actual news broadcast out there that says, oh, the UK have come out with some slightly negative economic news. As may I suggest that slightly economic negative news doesn't drop the NASDAQ by 300 ticks, right? So therefore, now Russia hasn't fired a rocket, guys. It looks like they've moved it, right? Now what does it mean? I see that massive orange candle on all the markets simultaneously. As if that is an over response by the computer algorithms globally, if this is an over response, then all of the buying signals going back the other way are simply the humans saying the robots got it wrong with their market response. Robots were wrong. We need to buy the market and go back the other way. So what I'm going to do, guys, understanding that only occurred the moment we started the webinar, I'll take you through my analysis of what we were expecting the market to do. I'm going to have to modify that analysis slightly. So let's run through these yellow points. Bottom left-hand corner, guys. Now, firstly, the 60-minute charts look like they are going to sell hard before they buy. Ironically, that has just occurred. Guys, so basically our psychology today is all about, let's try and pick up long-range buy signals. If we get short-range sell signals, absolutely brilliant. But the market is likely to produce far larger buying candles today than sell candles. Now, all eyes are on Europe. The reason being is they're moving rockets around. Again, you may or may not be aware, guys, that the UK has given permission for Ukraine to also use Storm Shadow. They fired 12 of them yesterday. They tried to take out a Russian communications bunker, but again, it wasn't effective, just so you know. Now, guys, that being said, we've got high-impact US news tonight at 10:30 p.m. Tokyo time. There is no US news, guys, tomorrow for the US close. So the US close live trading room will probably have a blinder again, guys, like it did this morning. Now, interesting, guys, I have got ready down here on the S&P 500. The market has basically sold down to a very, very strong buy point. Guys, so if the market gets below this point in the European cash market, the market is going to collapse to the downside. I note with interest that even though we've had a beautiful sell signal, guys, off the evil twins, so these double, guys, those double black arrows at the top there, just to remind you that the S&P 500 is absolutely famous for reversing off that level. So what's occurred is we've reversed off that level and then the rocket was moved and obviously it's plummeted. As if you were already short, on that -4 rated static bar reversal off the 76 Fibonacci's, it has plummeted to enormous profit. Enormous profit. Just incredible. Now, for the NASDAQ traders, guys, you've got exactly the same consideration. You've also got, guys, a buy point in the market or a collapse point. So if we do come back down, okay, if we do come back down to the price level here, which is exactly 637.25, if we hold below that level, we're looking for a very large move down. Guys, if we sell down initially, can't sell down, turn around and go back the other way, then my synopsis today, guys, is we're going to be looking for big sells followed by little buys. The big sell has already occurred. Therefore, we're looking for big buys and little sells. Okay, so they're really going right. So basically, if I can, the markets have literally just flipped the analysis upside down, but that's okay because we know what's caused it. Now for the European-based traders, guys, we'll come down in the bottom right-hand corner, I should say. The European markets, guys, have already closed their gap. That's a warning order. That's a warning order that we're about to get a very, very volatile move in the market. I don't think at this point in time, this is the volatility we're waiting on. We're waiting on very, very large moves to the high side. That's being fueled by large charts. All right. So let me just push some buttons here and I'll bring up some more charts. Now, down here, guys, tight FDAX. So we had a very, very tight Fibonacci on the FDAX because the volatility was very low. Obviously, the volatility has increased significantly, so we might have to use a slightly larger Fibonacci because we don't know which way that's going to go. Cole, you've just picked up 100 ticks long on the NASDAQ as a sim trade. Well done, mate. That's phenomenal. So, guys, so there are going to be some big moves, big moves today. Now, S&P volume, guys, we were at 65,000. Now we're at 81,000. It simply means that we're in for a volatile session. As there is no European news throughout the session, therefore, it is going to be a technical session. We're basically going to be bouncing off. We're going to be bouncing off Fibonacci's and pivots all day. Now, as I do need to highlight, please, that before the rocket was positioned, so to speak, wasn't fired. As the rocket was not fired, it was only positioned. FESX and FDAX, guys, are loading very, very strong 4-hour longs. So now we've had a really heavy sell down. Because the preference is naturally for long range longs, right? So long range longs for the European-based traders. Guys, I'll just move some charts around and we will see, guys, what we come up with. Guys, now the volatility, guys, one thing I do need to mention straight up. It's pretty volatile today already. So again, we're going to have to watch the risk as we jump into these trades. I'm also going to grab, guys, let me grab a couple of microphones. So I've got some moderator backup in the background.
Welcome everyone.
Hello, mate. I hope you are brilliant. So I'm looking for, where's my...
Evening, Lockie.
Hello,
Evening,
mate.
everybody.
So you guys don't be shy tonight, please. The market is running hot. there's no doubt. All right, 3 or 4 other mics, guys. 3 or 4 other mics I grab as we roll towards the open. Now, that being said, guys and girls, let me bring the larger charts into perspective because the European charts will again, ultimately are a really, really good guide as to what we're doing. Guys, on the daily chart, again, now, for those of you that trade with me every day of the week, you would have seen this. For those that don't trade with me every day of the week, guys, what we got here on the daily chart, this is the FESX daily chart. We've got to keep a very, very close eye on this price level of 4770. The reason being is that is a very, very powerful reversal level. Guys, what the Europeans have done is they've actually tried to trigger the reversal 3 times and it's failed. But the selling on the daily chart is getting weaker and weaker. So what we're looking for, guys, is we're looking for a rebound move to the high side. So again, guys, on the lower charts, like the 4-hour chart, this is becoming really, really obvious. Suffice to say, these sellers are basically failing. If you want to know why they're failing, they've failed at a 61.8 Fibonacci. That's the pink one there. That's from a weekly chart. And they're failing at a monthly 38. Okay, so it's all about Fibonacci today. It's all about Fibonacci. If we drop to the 4-hour chart, I put a wow on this. Can everybody see? I'm not being rude, but can everybody see this candle here has got a strength rating of 188. All right, so normally we get excited with the strength rating of 4 or 5. It's a 188. Now, what does that mean? Just hold on one sec, guys. Clear my throat. Okay, so I'm back. Now, what we've got, guys, is we've got multiple failed selling patterns here on the FESX 4-hour chart. We want to keep our eye very, very closely, guys. See this green line I'll put across the chart here? That's effectively the point where the FESX is going to reverse and it's going to run hard to the high side. Let me just bring that across the chart. I'm going to have to unlock that. Guys, let me just unlock that just to make sure the line is in the right spot. So what we want to keep a very close eye on, guys, today is if the FESX, so inside the cash market, we're currently in the pre-market, As if we get inside the cash market and the FESX opens a candle or closes a candle, I should say, above 4768, so call it 4770, then we are going to pick up all of these reversal patterns from the left-hand side, and that's going to be quite powerful. Now, for the fan on the fans of the 4-hour chart, we always draw our Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. That's a very, very samurai thing to do. In fact, let me put our snap mode back on again. So snap mode back on. Let's make sure our Fibonacci is correct. As for those of you who are a fan of Fibonacci, you'll note that the FESX is buying off the evil twins. So again, we've sold down, even though rockets mucking around, people are mucking around with rockets, we've sold down, and guys, we've basically bought off the 76s again. So if these guys can't sell down, guys, if we don't get a rapid sell down on the FESX and the FDAX, we're going to get really lovely buys. So sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Sellers own the stair step. Guys, that means all smaller chart, larger chart reversals long, guys, are in vogue. Drop down to the 15-minute chart. Probably won't be, no, there's no intel here on the 5-minute chart of any, sorry, 15-minute chart of any surprise. Other than, guys, we've got to keep a very, very close eye on the Europeans and their 15-minute chart swing triggers. Okay, so they are very, very sneaky on European Open. Of course, unless you know what you're doing, they're very, very sneaky. We're going to have to watch for, a swing trigger, okay, on the 15-minute chart. Now, what is a swing trigger? Guys, I'll just draw one on the chart for you. Okay, a swing trigger is an A with a B followed by the anticipation of C. That C is where most European traders get caught out that don't know what they're doing. So what does it mean for us, guys? We're going to have to keep an eye on the 15-minute chart. We've got 2.5 minutes until the gun goes. Guys, that does mean we are going to plot some potential entries. Now, again, for the FDAX traders, for those that are brand new to the session, guys, to quantify that, we've got more than 70 traders in the session already. Guys, we are going to be looking for static bar reversals. Okay, the static bar reversals from yesterday's trading. So yesterday's trading are over here. Okay, interesting. Look where the market's come down and failed at again. Interesting. So, guys, what we've got is we've got some earlier static bar reversals. That's for the experienced traders on the opening candle. We've also got a static bar reversal inside the current market. We've got a 4-point turning bar inside the current market. So for those of you who normally trade with me, guys, we're looking for a pretty heavy sell down on open, This big sell down looks like it was a robotic response, not a human response. And what's occurred is the robots panicked and then the humans went, no, there's actually nothing to panic about. And the market normally just returns back to its trading range, guys, and back to its normal volatility. Now, in a perfect world, guys, what do we actually want? Okay, we want the sellers to sell down on open, blow up their volume really quickly, and we're going to pick that up. Guys, we're going to pick up that failed selling volume. Guys, let me just move. I'm just going to move the camera, guys, over here. Cody, I'm going to jump on your microphone, mate. So if you see anything, please jump on me accordingly. I'm looking for Mr. Dams. George, have we got George today? So all of the mics, guys, I need are running at this point in time. Now, as I said, guys and girls, we're heading towards 80 people. So please be advised that if you have got a question, then guys, I'll get to it as quickly as I can. The first 10 to 15 minutes are all about making money. Guys, they're all about making money. Just be aware today, guys, the market is volatile. The volatility is right up. Again, for the NASDAQ traders, let me just double check. Sellers own the stair step. Right, so if we do get a really, really lovely sell down, as sellers own the stair step, we're looking for static bar reversals reinforced by deltas. Now, if the market goes ballistic, guys, I'm going to have to change the delta algorithm. I'm going to have to change the delta algorithm to the US Open algorithm with the intent of making sure we don't get on the wrong side of the market. Okay, so we'll do what we normally do. Thank you, Ken. So lots of happy birthdays for Akito. So thank you for that, guys. It is her birthday today. There is no doubt. So let's watch, guys. Let's watch very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. Opening candle on FDAX. Guys, the opening candle is not climactic yet. So we're looking for the extreme volume. So we're looking for the excess volume to be used before we take a trade. We can move that line up a bit. Okay. So at this point, guys, I've got no trades. I've got no trades on the FTX just yet. Clearly, they're volatile. All right, so let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. All right, we're starting to move now. We're not volatile. We're not climactic yet. Right? So we're not climactic yet. What we're looking for is we're looking for climactic, guys. We're looking for climactic volume. We're looking for the sellers to basically fail badly so we can join the buyers. Ultimately, that will be the goal. Okay, so let's see, guys. Let's see what we can get. Right now, the mustard candle is climactic. Okay, so again, they've literally come low enough, guys, to pick up those earlier static bar reversals. I don't think that's the end of them, guys. I don't think that's the end of them. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Now, guys, we do have a 90-minute session today. So if the market takes off without you, please don't get cranky. Please don't get cranky. For the slightly more experienced traders, guys, this static bar reversal here, guys, on the FDAX is a 103 entry. Now, I've put the blue circle on it, guys, already. So that little static bar reversal, guys, if you waited for this opening candle to go climactic and you've gone long, guys, at 103, your risk control point is 108. It's clearly gone beyond that. Guys, clearly gone beyond that already. For the Nazi traders, I've got nothing just yet. Nothing just yet. I'd suggest we're going to have to flick our fibs. We have to change our fibs around on the NASDAQ. I'm changing that for you now just to get the move into context. Buyers are about to steal the stair step. Most buyers are about to steal the stair step on the NASDAQ. So that ultimately means that we may be rolling inside a tighter trading range. So let me just bring this down for you. Now, guys, there's a lot of deltas on my screen at the moment, a lot of deltas. So I'll leave them European centric. For those that trade off the previous pivot and the evil twins, guys, you've seen the buyers come through and steal the stair step. Now, slightly more experienced traders would now be short underneath the 76 fibs and the previous pivot. Guys, provided the NASDAQ is burning volume, which is clearly burning volume, right? So if you are slightly more advanced, guys, you trade the opening candle. If you've gone short under the 76s and the previous pivot, guys, your risk control point is around 30 ticks. Okay, so let me put that RCP on for you. Your risk control, you're actually sitting at your risk control point right now, okay, which is right there. So if you are short, guys, if you are short on the NASDAQ, this is naturally for experienced traders who trade the opening candle of Europe. If you are short, guys, and you're following my risk control guidance, guys, you'd be looking for a risk control point on that black line. So you guys are literally at your risk control point now. S&P 500, your Fibonacci is also now going to switch. Okay, let me switch your fib around, because I would suggest at this stage, the best Fibonacci for the Europe, well, brilliant. The best Fibonacci for the American-based traders, guys, is going to be a 15-minute chart. I'm just putting that on for you now. If you are short on the NASDAQ, guys, if you are short on the NASDAQ underneath those 76s, you have now gone way beyond your risk control point. So, guys, if you have done that, some of you have traded the FTX very well, which is fantastic. Okay, big, well done. If you are short on the NASDAQ, guys, because you wait for the opening candle to push up, you watch the Europeans, guys, you say, right, you guys are pushing up, you're failing badly. Some of you are short on the NASDAQ, guys, underneath those 76s. If you are, naturally, you've got a risk control point. You've gone beyond that. You've gone through the 50-tick target already. So some of you may be holding that. Just be aware that you have got stuck, guys, at the 50 fib of the day, which we can treat as a pivot. There's no doubt about that. Now, FTX traders, at this point in time, you've got a static bar reversal long, assuming a close over the 50 fib of the day. So we can't go long on the FDAX, guys. We're not allowed to. For the FDAX traders, we're looking for a lower low, guys. We're looking for a lower low. If we can pick up, guys, the static bar reversals from much earlier, guys, much earlier in the trading sessions over here, as we're looking for an order around about the 0.80 mark. We need to get well below 0.80. We need to fail at Fibonacci. Guys, I'm looking for a Cody lower low here, please. So for the FDAX traders, looking for a Cody lower low. Do I have any NASDAQ traders that are short for long range targets, please? Now, you may be short, guys, on the S&P 500 as well, because you've got a double top here. What does it mean? The buyers have stolen the stair step. So you may be short on the S&P as well as a 76 fib reversal trader. If you are holding the NASDAQ, guys, I'd hold on for some time, please. Okay, well done. There's quite a few of you are short for long range targets. So well done. Now, FDAX traders, guys, we've just dropped down to the 76s. If you've gone long at 0.80 as instructed, your risk control point is 0.85. So you're through your first target already. A second target is 0.90, through your second target as well. So FDAX, if you're waiting for the lower low, I said we're waiting for a Cody. You guys have gone long at 7.9 or 80. First target is out. Second target is out. Again, if this is the turning point, guys, it's going to go a long way. FDAX, you have, however, controlled your risk already, so you cannot lose money on this trade, please. All right, so DAXy traders, you should be off to a relatively good start. Okay, you should be off to a really good start. Rob, nice work, mate. Great trade. That's a huge trade. All right, now for those that are not used to what we do, guys, not used to what we do, we keep a very, very close eye on the FESX. It is the biggest market in the world at this time, and therefore, if it gets really cranky, we get cranky with it, and off we go. Okay, so let's just watch what it does. FDAX traders, if you are long, guys, as instructed at 0.80, you have no risk on this trade, please. All right, see, everyone's controlled their risk. Again, you've gone through your first target and your second target. We didn't get to the third or the fourth target, but suffice to say, everybody's moved in the right direction. Petros, all done, total of 42 points. Good night. Mate, well done. That is brilliant. Shelton, well done. At 80 across 5 accounts. Matt, you got 5 and 10 across 5 accounts. $2,000 for the day done already. Matt, you're getting very good at this, mate. I'm very excited for you. Guys, it's really exciting. Guys, what I find exciting, the LTR has only been running for 8 minutes and there's people already leaving. I think that's actually quite good fun. Now, we're approaching the last 90 seconds. So for the FDAX traders, we do have to be really, really careful. I always got to be really, really careful about the last 90 seconds. As the reason being is that if the FESX decides it's going to absolutely tank, guys, if it decides it's going to absolutely tank, we need to be very, very careful we don't get on the wrong side of that tanking. Okay, now at this stage, NASDAQ, I've got no new trades for you. So at this point in time, the only people that have traded, guys, are ideally the advanced traders who trade off Fibonacci and pivots. Suffice to say, some of you are probably still short. For the FDAX, guys, just be aware our next trade is a long, guys, our next trade is a long off the pre-bottom. We're going to have to keep a very close eye, though, on the FESX. If it closes below the pre-bottom, guys, we've got to be very, very careful about trading the FDAX. Be very, very careful about trading the FDAX. So we are looking at this point, guys, looking for guidance from the FESX. Let me see if I can get... Right, so they're going to go for the, guys, it looks like they're going to go for the evil twins on the 60-minute chart. Okay, so we'll put that on. And just watch very, very closely what they're doing. This is a very strong, guys, a very, very strong selling candle. Goes on a very strong selling candle on the FDAX. Okay, so ultimately what that means is that, again, if we could hold the risk, which we can't, guys, if we could hold the risk, which we can't, we would be looking to go short. Excuse me, we can't hold the risk, it's too much. At this stage, guys, the FESX has closed below the pre-bottom and is tickling yesterday's low. So at this point in time, guys, we will pick up an FDAX long, but it's got a caveat on it. Guys, in the
I've got
carry.
60 minutes 76s at 55 lock on FDAX as well.
Thank you.
And the
Thank
78
you.
is on the pre-bottom.
Got it. Okay, thank you. That's brilliant. So, guys, we're just going to keep an eye. Just keep an eye on what these guys. Keep an eye on what these guys are doing. At this stage, Cody's got a slightly different Fibonacci to me, guys, which again is brilliant. Okay, so let's just see what they've got. We're clearly, guys, massive selling candle that we can't take advantage of because the risk is too much. Cody's got us reversing off Fibonacci. Guys, Cody's got us reversing off Fibonacci. Let me just get that Fibonacci on. Guys, I'll get that Fibonacci on for you to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they're doing. I'm just managing a trade, guys, at the moment. So if you see me looking away from the screen, I'm managing my own trade in the background. As I'm going for 5, 10. Yeah, that's gone really, really well. What I've done is I've reversed, guys, off the 90% with the lower low. Some of the slightly more advanced traders might have taken the same. As now, when Cody said he's got Fibonacci there, it confirmed my decision. I went long just so everyone is clear. 2 contracts at 5, 1 contract at 10, 2 contracts at 20, all targets out. So I'm now over my
also a 4-minute 50 at 65 as well.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. A 4-hour 50. Codes. 4-hour 50.
Yeah, 4-hour 50 at 65. And then there's 60-minute 76 at 55.
Absolutely brilliant. All right, brilliant. Now, guys, the reason I say it's brilliant is Cody's Fibonacci slightly different to mine. That's why we have a trading team as opposed to just one person. NASDAQ traders, you're getting ready to go short again, please. So, guys, my Fibonacci is up the wrong way. Okay, now sometimes this happens. So I'm going to draw my Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. Oh, Cody, look at you. So the reason being, guys, the reason that this is good fun is because the reversal I picked up, guys, off the 90% Fibonacci, which some of you don't mind trading, guys, has been fueled by the FDAX 50 Fib. Okay, now, the FDAX 50 Fib, guys, is right there. The FDAX is famous for turning off the 4-hour 50 Fib. Can everybody see that right there, the green one? So the beauty of that, guys, Cody's Fib's right. My Fib is not correct. That's all right. I've now corrected mine, hence the reason we've got some pretty talented people in the background. NASDAQ traders, you guys are looking for shorts only, please. Like literally any sell you can take, guys, which is inside your risk profile. Absolutely brilliant. The reason being is the buyers on the stair step, you guys are shorting off the 50 Fib of the day and the pre-box. Now, all of these deltas, guys, all of these NASDAQ deltas are valid if you can hold the risk. Ideally, the first 3 selling deltas on the NASDAQ candle are the ones you're going to be looking for. Now, if you are into any of the selling deltas already, guys, your volatility is now 100. It's bringing your risk control point down to 25 ticks. Okay, risk control point is 25 ticks now on the NASDAQ. S&P 500, sellers own the stair step, guys, on the S&P. Therefore, you are not picking up reciprocal reversal signals, guys, like the NASDAQ traders are picking up shorts. Now, for the FDAX traders, guys, Cody's 50 Fib, absolutely on the money. So if you did have your 50 Fib up the other way, I've just corrected mine. Guys, the lower low here would have enabled you to go long over the top of the 50 Fib. Guys, if you are a Fibonacci-based trader, we also need to draw this Fib up. Guys, this is the one that I was focused on. We got a 90% Fibonacci retracement with a lower low. So I picked it up long, guys, over the top of the 90%, and I've sent it back the other way. As if you do like not trading the FDAX short because the risk is too much, you may have gone long over the top of the 76s as well. All right. So tag of the 90, you've gone long over the 76s. That's obviously carried on quite nicely if you've done that as well. Louis, Louis, 114 ticks on the NASDAQ. You finished for the day, mate. That's huge. Shelton, KPI met 1,600 on both accounts. Giddy up. Guys, the goal of the trading room is to get every one of you to $1,000 per day. So if we can, let's say we build up to 100 people in the trading room on $1,000 a day, guys, we're doing $100,000 profit a day. Now, to me, I find that really exciting. That's just absolutely brilliant. Now, guys, I am for the first trading day this week, guys, I'm over my fantasy KPI. Everybody knows I have 3 KPIs. Guys, I'm just tipped over my fantasy KPI for today. So today is a good day. Guys, today is a good day. Now, naturally, we're just going to keep bopping along. because I will start to guide the FDAX traders very, very carefully, guys. If you are well over your daily KPIs, guys, then again, please be careful. Don't keep trading. Don't keep trading. Just stop. So I'm done. I'm done. All right, now for the FDAX traders, we're clearly in a position to send the market long. Now, again, we do have the older static bar reversals over here on the left-hand side. Now, again, if you wanted to trade those older SBRs, guys, we can enter as low as 7.7 and as high as the black line at 7.9. You would have to be able to carry the risk, guys, which is currently below the green candle. So what I'm looking for the FDAX traders, I want the sellers to sell down. Right here, the NASDAQ is really cranky. Do I have anybody short, guys? Anybody short on the deltas? Guys, on the NASDAQ, the top 3 deltas there on that candle? Because if you are short, guys, it's gone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's gone almost 60 ticks. Remy, well done. 60 ticks to the downside. Guys, that means everyone is way beyond their risk control point, please. All right, so on the NASDAQ, guys, you are not buying the NASDAQ at the moment. You're selling the NASDAQ, please. FDAX. Okay, if the worst case scenario, guys, you've got an order at 79 long with a risk control point of 84. Okay, now at the moment, guys, those deltas, or the earlier static bar reversals are looking really, really good, guys, on the FDAX because the FESX has gapped up. Okay, now best case scenario, guys, you got filled at 77. If you're waiting for 77, guys, the market's got to go well below 77. As what we're looking for is we're looking for a sell down. We need the buyers to stop the sellers, and then we're going to grab them. We're going to send them back the other way. Now, naturally, guys, there's some FDAX traders that wait for lower lows to be created before you go long. So we haven't got that lower low yet, right? So there's going to be a couple of different versions out there in the world. Now, the flip side, guys, of these versions, the next trade for the FDAX traders is a pre-market box reversal. We've got to keep a very close eye on the FESX. We don't want them closing below yesterday's low. Guys, if you are short on the NASDAQ on any of these deltas, guys, even if you're short on the first 3 deltas on this current candle, you have gone way beyond your target and risk control point. Okay, so again, guys, please be careful today. The NASDAQ is very, very volatile. The sellers are very cranky, but we have just come down, guys. We have just come down to this entry here. All right, so that is a ratio-based static bar reversal long. Guys, if you want to be careful, you want to wait for them to sell well under that SBR before then picking you up and going long. FDAX traders, you're now in the last 90 seconds. So we're not taking any new, guys, we're not taking any new trades. As on the FDAX, we now need to watch for the FESX and watch for its close. Now the trades within, yeah, Daniel, the risk is pretty crazy today. You could swap, mate. You could swap to 4 contracts on the micro and take the trade if you're comfortable doing that. Or even 2 contracts on the micro, mate, going for 100 tick target. So it's still a $100 trade. Now, guys, again, we're well below, guys. We're well below the entry point. What we do need for the NASDAQ traders is we need the Fibonacci drawn up. Guys, to catch them on the way down, we need the sellers to be failing at Fibonacci before we try and pick up that static bar reversal. Okay, now, the way I look at the world, guys, the sellers are starting to burn their volume. They've gone over 80% of the previous candle. It looks like we've come down to a previous 4-hour close and they're struggling. So again, guys, if you're going to pick up that SBR over there on the left-hand side, right, you've got a very, very tight risk control point. All right, so again, if you're going to trade the SBR long, guys, this black line is your risk control point. You are literally within a whisker of the risk control point already. Go on, Nazi, you know you want to go up. Go on, sweetheart, off you go. You guys are tickling, boom. Oh, boom. Right, you guys are through your risk control point. Holy moly, you're through your risk control point, guys. You're already 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You're already 80 ticks into profit, guys. Let this run, please. Let this run long. The FDAX has gone long as well. Okay, NASDAQ traders, you've picked up you've picked up the SBR over here on the left-hand side. You waited for the lower low to be created. You then put your order on. You hit the risk control point. You cut your risk. And guys, this is money for jam now. This could be a second-tier reversal. So well done, guys. If you're on it, you're on it. You've killed it already. And what are we, 20 minutes into the session? Hold on, I've got a problem in the background. Okay. Wait. No trades on. Okay, sorry guys, we had a ghost trade in the back, but it's fixed. Now, for those that are long, guys, again, we want to go for even the junior traders, guys, you want to try and stretch to that 76 fib. All right, so you guys are literally at your intimate, wrong word. You're at your intermediate target zone. So you can, guys, what you can do is hit the 76s, bring your stop loss up and let this run, please. So we said, guys, we said at the start, guys, that we're looking for big shorts and little longs. Then, of course, the big short occurred. So we're looking for big longs. All right. So if you are long on this, guys, if you're long on this, you're already 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30. You're already, guys, 140 ticks into profit. This is going to move outside this Fibonacci. It's going to be this one here. So, guys, we're going to keep an eye on. We're going to keep an eye on these bigger 76s. All right, is anybody running long with me on this one? Oh, Paul. Wow. 6 and 12 long. Oh, wow.
15 minutes to swing long, about to trigger.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. So if you are long, guys, on Nazi, okay, please cut your risk off. We've already gone through the risk control point about 100 ticks ago. Remy, you are long. Nathan, you are long. Well, oh, guys, this is great. Andy, you're long. Good job. So again, for the NASDAQ traders, if we stall at this 76, okay, so here we are. If we stall at the 76, which at this point in time, we're not, but guys, you'd bring your stop loss up at least 100 ticks into profit, guys. That's $500 per contract. Please bring it positive. FDAX, you actually ended up getting a stunning trade over here, guys. Once the FDAX failed, once the FESX failed to get below yesterday's low, guys, that's the base. Oh, this is a rocket, guys. This is another rocket coming in. Okay, so just let the rocket come through. Please control your risk, guys. This is another rocket. This is exactly what occurred when I was briefing Arlen before we started the session. I've already said thanks to Arlen a number of times. Guys, just see the twitching in the candles. So please, no new trades, no new trades. Just chill. Just chill. Someone's just fired something at somebody. Just waiting for the alert to come out on my phone. Just wait. I'm just double checking. Guys, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. All right. So if you were long, guys, I'm just waiting for an update. Just hold on one sec. If you were long, guys, it's taking out your trailing stop. Just let this candle, guys, we don't take trades in the last 90 seconds anyway. So give them 90 seconds to chill out. Give them 90 seconds to chill out. You guys have belted, so congratulations to you. You've belted the markets today. Guys, you've had a ball already. Just be careful. These guys are really, really, really angry at each other. Maybe that's a second rocket being positioned. I've got nothing. Nope. Hang on. I'll just look for an alert on my phone. Hang on. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Hold on, guys. Just wait one. It's coming. I've just got to unlock my phone. Okay, the Russian Federation is just repositioned an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of hitting the UK. They're just moving it at the moment. So if you see this kind of stuff going on, guys, you know that's a little bit cray-cray. We've just got to be a little bit careful today, guys. We just got to be careful. You know, I've had a blinder, guys. I've had an absolute blinder. Which I'm excited about, guys. I'm excited about. Some of you guys are way over your daily KPI. The session is only 24 minutes. Oh, here we go again. Okay, so let's chill, guys. We're literally going to take a chill pill because these guys are just going to go and wreck all of my Fibonacci, which is just not fair. We'll just let them chill out. They'll come back to normal in a couple of minutes. So that ICBM, guys, that ICBM. The ICBM has been positioned in range of the UK. So I'm glad TTP is not in the UK. Now that's speculation, guys. It's speculation, but these guys normally end up being pretty good at speculating. All right, so let's just be really careful. Let's just be a little bit careful now. Just be a little bit careful. We'll just let the candle stop twitching, guys, and we're back to normal again. Only one day of trading this week. Paul, only one day, but you've had a good day, man. That's fantastic. Okay, awesome. So, guys, even if people weren't positioning ICBMs, we cannot take a trade on the FDAX, guys, because we're below the pre-market box. So, assuming a close over the top of that's not very smart. This is one reason, guys. This is one reason for those that don't normally trade with us. This is one reason why we have risk control points in place, particularly on a day like today. That trade that we picked up there, that's an older SBR long. It's reinforced by a delta. That one has come down. It's offered a trade with around about 40 ticks of risk, and it's gone at least 140 ticks in our favor. Now, we controlled our risk at the 16 or 18 tick mark, and then literally that means no risk on the trade. Let the profit run as far as we possibly can. Now, you can either use a fixed target, guys, or you can get in with a 200 tick target, and you've got an automatic trailing stop that just goes literally cha-ching, 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 just keeps on locking in more and more and more profit until eventually the buyers run out of steam. You don't care. What's an ICBM? Intercontinental ballistic missile. Mate, that's what's just been positioned in Russia in range of the UK. Now that's from a Russian, so I don't know if I can count on that because there seems to be two very, very different sides, guys, very different opinions out there in the world. Let me just put my phone on charge because this is where all my alerts come in, and I've just realized my phone is dangerously low. We're going to lose visibility of those alerts. Okay, now let's have a look. Guys, let's have a look. So we have no trades. So no trades on the FDAX at this point in time. No trades on the FDAX. We have no new trades on the NASDAQ. Guys, at this stage, let me have a look. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 sellers. Buyers own the stair step. As buyers own the stair step. Now, I may have to, I see all these deltas here, I may have to make my delta less aggressive, guys, because I'm currently on the European Open setting. As what I am looking for the NASDAQ traders is if we do sell down, right, so just follow my guidance on this. Market's starting to get a bit quiet now, which is good. If we were to sell back down, guys, anywhere near that 50 fib again, guys, then we're looking for the V2 deltas going back the other way. Can everybody see these bright green diamonds coming on the chart? Guys, this is the institutional orders coming back into the market, right? So what they've decided, particularly the bright greens, is they've decided there's no point selling the market down because they're only moving a missile. They're actually not firing it. So now the instos have started to flood back in with all the buy orders into the NASDAQ. If we get a complimentary S&P 500 trade, guys, then absolutely brilliant. In fact, in that little few roll, guys, in the little few roll, the S&P traders, you may have picked up that as a static bar reversal or that as a static bar reversal, right? Now, if you've picked up any of those trades, guys, all you've done is you've said, here's my Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. As soon as I get a fall down to a pivot of Fibonacci in a lower low, guys, I'm going to try and position myself into these. Primarily, guys, the one you want, okay, the one you want is this one here because it's got a -6 rating. It means that the sellers have completely lost control of the market. This one has got a +1 rating, which means the buyers are now in complete control. And you can see the market's response candle, absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so at this point in time, the S&P traders are looking for longs, guys. You can either take the static bar reversals or the deltas, guys, if you are slightly more advanced. FDAX, I've got no new love for you at this point in time. You guys are going to probably go down first before you go up. All right, so you're just going to have to chill out. If I've got any advanced traders, guys, you may be long on these V2s, all right? You'd have to have some experience to do that. If you are long, guys, ideally on the first 3, you've already gone 10, 20, 30, 40, at least 45 ticks to the high side. So you've gone way beyond your risk control point. And now we're waiting, ideally, for the beginner traders. We need a lower low. We need someone to steal the step, and then we're going to be back on with a flurry of new trades. Craig, you did 210 for the day. Holy moly. Giacomo, how are you? NQ up $300 on 4 accounts. Well done, mate. That's fantastic. We're done. Naveen, I knew someone had asked. I have an app on my phone that is restricted to military or ex-military. So I have an app on my phone. So when something goes wrong, I get an alert to say these people have done this. So it's actually a military app. So I just have to. We'll just leave it as that. So I can pass the messages on, mate. I can pass the messages on. Naturally, you'd have to be part of your respective military in order to have that app if your military has access to it. I think it's 5 eyes only. I think it's 5 eyes only. Just you ask the question. So, yeah. Guys, I'm still pretty heavily involved in the military. Just again at a distance. All right? I've got 3 little kids. I don't want to go and fight with people. Don't want to do that. But it's nice to have a little bit of an early warning system. Yeah, Cole, an ICBM launched in Russia. The UK has got 1 minute and 47 seconds to what we call splash time. Splash time is when the actual warhead lands. So 1 minute and 47 seconds they've got to get ready for an ICBM. What does that mean? They've got no time to get ready for it at all. Squawk is really good, Naveem. Yeah, you can use Squawk as well if you want. Yeah, use Squawk as well. Okay, now guys, we're not again. So FTX, we're just chilling, please. Just wait for these guys to work out what they're doing. The next trade, guys, the next trade on the FTX is going to be an S1 reversal. Now, again, we've just got to be really, really careful. I see everybody's getting really cranky again. Yeah, Cole, they'd be on alert if they actually took it seriously. But the UK Parliament today were basically saying, oh, we're not taking anything seriously. He's been threatening this for ages and hasn't done anything. So, I mean, again, it's just one of these things. There are so many counter opinions out there in the world. So I've got a mentality, guys. I've got a mentality. I worry about my grid square only. My grid square is anything within 100 meters of me. So if you know, a 1 is to 25,000 scale map. Most of the grid squares are 100 meters wide. I worry about stuff that's in 100 meters of me. And if it's outside 100 meters, I don't want to be rude, it's outside my grid square. I can't, as it's a funny thing, but having gone through this whole COVID adventure, I've just decided to focus on us and our little gig here and my little family. That's what I focus on. I don't focus on geopolitical events. I watch what they're up to but I don't get into discussions with anybody about who's right, who's wrong, who's this, who's that, because again, it's not an argument I can win. Right? So I don't get into arguments. I just don't get in arguments with people anymore. So I call it the grid square mentality, guys. I literally, if something's within 100 meters of me, I'm concerned. If it's not, I'm not concerned. I just need to get on with the job of protecting my little family. Guys, they're only tiny. Ivy's only 3 years old. I've got to get on with the job of protecting them. Trading as best as I can, helping you guys take as many winning trades as possible. That's what I enjoy doing. Now, for those watching the NASDAQ very closely, guys, you'll see that they've sold back down to the 50 fib, and now we're starting to generate V2 deltas again. So the instos are buying into the market again. And now we are in the last 90 seconds. So this is where they can spoke the market around a little bit. Guys, I do want for the junior traders or the new traders, I would love to see a lower low before we grab these deltas. See, these candles are all trading inside the range of the previous candle. Basically, the NASDAQ's got no idea how to interpret what's going on. All right, now at this stage, FTX, you are setting up a stunning short. So a really lovely sell signal. The problem with the sell signal is you're probably carrying too much risk. Too much risk. Now, Petros, I'm not allowed to go back to the army. I've been very sternly told by my boss that it doesn't matter what they offer you. you go. Yeah. So my boss has spoken, right? So I'm not allowed to go back to the army. Yeah, I love what I do. I love helping you guys try and navigate this amazing thing called the market. Like I love doing it. It's great fun. Now, S&P 500 traders, I'm just watching very, very closely what these guys are up to. So no one goes, have a look at the market. This is the most deltas I've seen on a European Open chart in a long time. The reason being is the volatility is well over 100. Now, what does this ultimately mean? All of these candles, guys, they're all closing inside the range of the previous candle. They've got absolutely no idea how to interpret what's going on. Now, for the FDAX traders, guys, you've picked up an incredible short. There is no question. Now, just below you is a round number, guys, called 19,000. Now, what does it mean, guys? If you are a CFD trader, for example, and you've gone short anyway, and that's all right, guys. Your short, guys, is at 002. And no joke on 007 there. That some people know what I'm talking about, 007. If you have gone short on the FDAX, guys, you've got an incredible sell candle. Okay, so how do we know that? You've got a 1 rating above it. For the futures traders, that's too much risk. For the micro FDAX traders, you may have gone short. Guys, your entry was 002. Your first target is 97. Your second target is 92. Your third target is 87. You've gone through all those targets already. So if you are on a micro FDAX contract, guys, or a CFD, you may have gone short. What I want you to do, guys, I'm going to give you a risk control point. Okay, slightly more advanced risk control point. Okay, the FDAX traders who have gone short on a micro contract or a CFD, your long range risk control point is there at 975. Your short range risk control point is here at 76.4. So if we don't go any further down, let me just double check that Fibonacci. Okay. If we push down to this 76.4 again, guys, and we can't go down any further, then all of the FDAX traders are going to make sure they've got no risk on the trade, please. All right, here we go. All right, NASDAQ's warming up again. So FDAX traders, if you're on a CFD with small leverage or you're on the micro contract, you've gone short at 002, guys, with at least 3 to 4 targets. Okay, but you've gone way beyond your risk control point, guys, which means I wouldn't hold any more risk on the trade because you've already gone through target 1, target 2, target 3. For those that are not aware, guys, those targets are 5 points each. So your first target is 5 points, second target 10, third target 15, fourth target 20. Goes depending on how many contracts you're trading. If we can't go down, guys, if we can't go down to kind of the fourth target, if we can't get beyond that 76 fib extension there, then the FDAX traders may be picking up, guys, a really big buy point. Right? See this one right here? So we are literally at the cusp of the Europeans are going to collapse or they're going to turn around and go all the way back up the other way. Now, the US-based traders, okay, how far are we through the session? Almost 40 minutes through the session. You guys are in the last 90 seconds of the candle. So what I ultimately want for the S&P 500 and NASDAQ traders, we're going to wait for the candle to close. Lee, NQ over 1,000 ticks. Can you... Oh, Petros, I'm not allowed to go. Okay, I'm not allowed to go back to. I'm not allowed to go back to the army. Lee, huge, Lee, but huge. You and I need to talk. That is brilliant. All right, now FDAX, don't take that delta long, guys. You've got a little green diamond on your screen there saying please go long, guys. We're not going to trade that delta long back into yesterday's low, which is a pivot. Now, the FDAX traders, effectively, if you've gone long and short under the candle, you've gone through the first 3 targets, okay, through the first 3 targets. FDAX, we are not taking that delta long. I know I've said it once, but we are not taking that delta long. Okay, now, for the NASDAQ traders, sellers now firmly own the stair step. We're looking for the candle to close. We're looking for the sellers to run out of steam. We're looking for a reciprocal on the S&P 500. Okay, just watch. Okay. NASDAQ traders, you've got a problem. You've closed and gapped onto a 4-hour pivot. Okay, S&P 500 is below the 4-hour pivot. So guys, at this point in time, the NASDAQ traders, you can't go short and you can't go long. FDAX, you can't go long. For those that are short, you can only stay short. But this time, guys, if they sell anywhere near the 61.8, if you haven't controlled your risk already on FDAX, which I strongly suggest you do, if you haven't done that already, guys, you must cut your risk off, please. Now, for the Nasdaq traders, okay, we've got a very, very strong candle to the downside, but we gapped onto a 4-hour close, which I'm not a massive fan of. So the next trade for the NASDAQ traders, guys, we need to get well under these 76 fibs, or don't you run without us, please. If the NASDAQ traders, don't you do this to us, please. S&P traders, if you trade off the 76 fibs, you guys have got a lower low. Let me just check what you're doing volume-wise. They are not burning their volume yet, guys. So again, that would be a pretty aggressive, that's a pretty aggressive trade. The V2 Delta, guys, coming on the screen on NASDAQ, if you can hold 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 ticks of risk, as if you can hold the risk, then it is tradable. We've just got to be aware that you guys are now dancing around, guys, a 4-hour fib. Now, the deal with the 4-hour close, guys, the NASDAQ trade is gapped up at the start of this candle, meaning there is buyers circling the market. As I am watching what the S&P 500 is doing. Again, guys, just to quantify, the S&P 500 is trying to buy back into a 4-hour low point or the 4-hour close. So there are going to be people that are trying to sell the markets down off that 4-hour close. If the NASDAQ closed over that 4-hour close, guys, I'd be saying to even the beginner traders go long. Okay, even the beginner traders go long, but we're mucking around on pivots. So if you're being a little bit careful, guys, you see how they're really jumpy? You can see them mucking around because they literally don't know what to do with it just yet. So I would suggest, guys, a risk control point for the NASDAQ traders is that 50 fib. Now, as much as it's upside down, guys, it is going to be, you see here, we had a support level in the market became resistance. So if I was long, guys, on that V2 Delta and we pushed to that 50 fib a second time or a third time, I would definitely not be holding any risk. For those that don't trade when the market is gapping on or off a pivot, guys, then you are not doing anything at this point in time. For the FDAX, guys, we know that everybody that is short has controlled their risk. So if you've gone short, absolutely brilliant. We may pick up a 4-point turning bar, guys, on the FDAX to the high side. That's going to take at least 90 seconds to confirm that signal. S&P, your sellers are not burning volume yet. Okay, so if you wait, guys, if you wait for the sellers on the S&P to burn volume before you take a 76 fib reversal, you're not there yet, guys, and we are in the last 90 seconds of the candle. Okay, so we are in the last 90 seconds. Now, for those that don't normally do what we do, if you're in the last 90 seconds, guys, we've got to be very, very careful. This is where the futures markets in particular can get really twitchy, right? So we don't want to take a new trade in the last 90 seconds of the candle. The only exception to that, guys, would be a pivot-based reversal, which at this point in time, we don't have. Okay, so right now we're kind of caught in irons, but we've also had a really good start to the day, guys. It's been an absolute blinder. Some of the results have been really good. So if you're like me, guys, I'm over my fantasy KPI. If you're over your KPI, then just watch. Guys, there's nothing worse than taking another trade that's not quite perfect and then giving some of your profit back and then spending all day trying to debrief yourself on that. That's not a lot of fun. Andy, well done, mate. That's brilliant. Thanks, Lockie. Terry, $1,982 in this session, weekly KPI. Right, you've done really well, mate. That's fantastic. Off to help coach the Bali women's cricket team. Took an early small trade. Well done, mate. Cody, well done. Perfect. Perfect. That's fantastic. So, mate, have fun coaching the team. That sounds amazing. For the European-based traders, guys, we're 45 minutes into the session now. So those that don't normally do what we do, this is the danger zone, guys. This is where the FTX traders can quite often get smoked on a trade. So for the really, really stickler FTX trades, the only thing you're allowed to trade now is a reversal off a pivot, guys, reversal off a pivot. At this point in time, we don't have that. Guys, so FTX traders, you can literally just chill out, get a cup of tea. We're waiting to trade this static bar reversal. Guys, once we get back above the pivots. Now, they could run without us. Guys, if they run without us, they run without us. But what we're not going to do is break our trading rules just because we think the market's going to run without us. Okay, so they might do that. Guys, they're allowed to do that. There's a lot of graffiti here. Let me start pulling this apart. Guys, this is a Fibonacci extension stall here on the NASDAQ. So what they've basically done, it'll probably be a 15-minute chart. It'll probably be a 15-minute chart. It's not, guys. It's an S&P 500 extension that they're failing at. All right. So let me just work out what the bigger boys and girls might be thinking. Guys, if it's not a Fibonacci retracement, it's going to be an extension. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion. No, I am not correct. It is a NASDAQ Fibonacci. Okay, let me have a quick look. So NASDAQ, we've got a high point down to a low point. Okay, and then we're backed up to the high point. Is that what you guys are thinking? It is what you're thinking. All right, so we've got a 133 fib extension. Because literally they're just off, right? So that means my Fibonacci is wrong. Right, so the moment your Fibonacci is wrong, it means it's in the wrong spot. So I'll go for the turning candle. We will eventually suss these guys out. Aha, there we are. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. So guys, off the turning bar, that's the 133 fib extension failure. So they basically come down here, created the lower low, build off the 141.4 extension and started buying again. So what does it ultimately mean? For the S&P 500 traders that have gone long over the top of the 76 fib, you're already through your first target and risk control point. For the NASDAQ traders, again, if you can hold 60 to 70 ticks worth of risk, guys, we're back into these V1, V2 deltas. These earlier V2s on this candle here, guys, are obviously the insto saying you can't sell down through an extension, so we're going to buy the market. This is probably, you see these entries just bang, bang, bang after the other. That's probably robots. Those robots or AI entering the market. You see how they're perfectly spaced. So literally they're buying, buying, buying with really, really tight stop losses. Those really tight stops. The moment I look away from the FTX, look at what it's doing. So for the FTX traders, if we close over the S1, so if we close over the S1 in 1 minute and 43 seconds, we're looking for buy signals. Now, this could be, guys, this could be the turning point. This could be the turning point of all of the markets simultaneously. The FTX looks a lot like a Fibonacci extension. The deltas, guys, on FTX are tradable if you need a trade. You've just got to be able to hold the risk. Your Fibonacci that correlates to what we're doing looks like this. That is not their Fibonacci, right? So they're playing games with us today. Let me, mind you, it won't take long, guys. If you're long on the NASDAQ, guys, on any of those deltas, everybody knows how to control their risk, please. Everyone knows how to do that. Is it this one here? Yes, it is. That's what they're up to. So at this stage, the FTX is won't produce a 4-point turning bar, guys. A very, very strong buying candle, guys, coming into the FESX based on double SBRs. So, guys, what we've got is we've got the US markets now responding to the European markets. Again, what we can do, guys, what we can do on the FTX, our trading plan does allow us to do this. If we close back inside the pre-bottom, we're looking for a pre-market box reversal. If we don't, guys, we're looking for the buyers to close a really strong candle like this. We're going to sell down and we're going to pick up the S1 reversal down here on that V2 delta at 0.25. at 0.25. Suzanne, have we still got Barbie on board? So she, as she said, this guy's absolutely nuts. 7Q candle, I waited for the lower low and the sellers to burn volume, and I was I wrong? Hey, Lockie, 1740 NQ candle. 1740 NQ. No, mate, there's nothing wrong with that other than you've got to reverse off something. So if you're reversing off that 61.8, for example, then you would have. So when you're going to pick up a reversal, mate, it's really, really important that you actually see the market failing at something, and then you say, right, I'm now putting my order on, off I go. Okay. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Wes, you got 4 and 8 on the S&P 500 off the 76s. Well done, mate. That's a brilliant trade. Good job. Now, as the NASDAQ has given us a 4-point turning bar long, guys, the risk on the NASDAQ is a little bit crazy, but again, it's a crazy day. Your counter Fibonacci, guys, please be aware we are in the last 15 minutes, please. All right, your counter Fibonacci is no concern to the long traders on the, look at the FTX go. So that being said, guys and girls, if you have gone long on the NASDAQ, it is a 4-point turning bar. S&P complementary, it's not quite there, but if you have gone long on the NASDAQ, guys, if you have gone long on the NASDAQ, again, the middle of the MDI, so you're looking for a 20-tick target if you've gone long on the NASDAQ, as it is a 4-point turning bar. They've closed over the 50 fib, then they've gapped under it, then they've pushed through. So as if you are long on the 4-point turning bar on the NASDAQ, okay, you're looking for a 25-tick risk control point. Now that means, guys, that the moment it hits 25 ticks, guys, which is there, you would make sure that you've got a target out and you can't lose money on a long-range runner. Because if these buyers can't push here, guys, they're going to get drilled. Okay, so if you have gone long over the top of the candle, guys, you must have an early first target and an early risk control point. I know we speak about this every day, but that is definitely what we need to do. Okay, if you have gone long on the NASDAQ 4-point turning bar, it's mathematically brilliant. As if you have gone long, tight first target. So again, people will ask, where's the target coming from? Guys, I go for a quarter of the volatility. So guys, let's say it was 90, so about a quarter of that, maybe 20, 22, 23 is when you'd want to cut your risk off, or just use that as a target. Guys, take the money off the market, wait for the next trade, just keep coming back, doing it over and over and over again. Your success rate, guys, doing that will be exceptionally high, right? Exceptionally high. Now, FTX traders at this point in time, guys, we haven't got what we wanted in that we haven't got a really, really lovely reversal trade to join this enormous reversal to the high side. Guys, the flip side of all of that is the FTX traders have done very, very well today already. Guys, very, very well today. The NASDAQ traders, again, guys, if you're a Delta trader and you can carry the risk, guys, the Delta's been amazing today. It's been incredible. Mind you, the session, guys, is again, our normal, guys, to quantify everything, our normal lead-in volumes are around about 50,000. Guys, at the moment, our volume on the S&P is at 111,000. So this session is far more volatile. It's way, way, way more volatile than what we normally deal with. However, we are trying to navigate as carefully as we possibly can. Guys, letting our profit run, but making sure we don't hold risk on trades. Exactly right, DT. So, guys, we are coming up to the Widowmaker candle. This candle is absolutely famous for taking people's trading accounts away from them. So for those that don't do what I do, guys, if you don't normally trade this style of trading, we don't trade the candle leading into the hourly close. It's called a Widowmaker. We do have an indicator on here that's going to remind us, don't take trades. As guys, simply being as the success rate of the strategy drops by around about 35% on the last candle, because the 60-minute chart traders and the 4-hour chart traders start positioning into the market. So that's when the 5-minute chart traders normally get outflanked by the bigger boys and girls. Do I have anybody, guys, that is long on the NASDAQ on the 4-point turning bar? Is there anyone long on that one? Okay, because if you are, Guys, they've basically gone up, gone through your first target and risk control point. They've come back down, gone down, turned around and gone back up again and re-triggered all the deltas going long. So if you are long on the NASDAQ, guys, the natural port of call for the buyers is they're going to stop at these 76 fibs. Right, that's normally where they go back to. So at this point in time, there'd be a ton of buyers around the world who've said, you know what, we've finished buying. Right here, we've finished buying. Now, they might go a little bit higher, guys, and that's really, really good fun. But if I was long on the 4-point turning bar, guys, it's gone 10, 20, 30, 40, at least 50 ticks to the high side. It's gone beyond the risk control point. It's gone beyond the first target. It's hovering around the second target. I certainly would not be carrying any risk on that trade. Like no risk. No risk. Again, if guys, my first target would be the black line around 25 ticks, about 125 US dollar first target. My second target would be the 76s, so around about 300 US dollar target. Actually 250, around, so 125 first target, 250 second target. Guys, and you might want to let this run. Guys, if Europe is reversing, we can see it's reversing. So if Europe is reversing, you can try and let your NASDAQ trade run, guys, in sympathy with the Europeans, if you would like. But promise me, guys, coming into we're right in the Widowmaker candle now, make sure no new trades, please. Just let the profit run on the old trade. And if we get a really strong 60-minute close, which we are very unlikely to get, if we get a strong 60-minute close, which we are very unlikely to get, guys, that trade is going to run. Dropping down to the 15-minute charts, guys, the S&P 500 is very bullish. So the S&P definitely wants to buy. There's no question about that. For the S&P traders, guys, again, if you've gone long, guys, if you've gone long over the 76s, as Wes has done, that's gone very, very well. You guys didn't get a 4-point turning bar by an absolute fraction. But that strong buying candle, guys, enables you to go across here and pick up these deltas and also those static bar reversals and go long again, depending on how advanced you are. Okay, so you guys have had, again, for the S&P traders, you sold down, you had an opportunity to buy these SBRs here, okay, and the market's response was to push up to there, okay, which was brilliant. Then they've come back down, created the lower low, stolen the stair step again, come back down, failed at the 76s. Wes's signal, the moment he saw that lower low, the moment he saw the lower low, said, you know what, you guys have failed at the 90%, almost identical to the FDAX trade we got at the start of the session. You guys can't go down there, so I'm going to enter there. I'm going to grab all of your stop losses and I'm going to run you through the other way. All right, so as I do now, we were looking today for probably 15 or so trades. If we counted the deltas, I think we've gone a little bit over 15. So I'm trusting everybody has had a reasonable session. I'm trusting everybody has. So far, we've got 30 minutes to go. We had to be very, very careful and very, very careful with the risk today. The risk today was just crazy. But guys, we're just navigating. This is it's a very similar volatility, guys, to when the Reserve Bank in the US, when the Federal Reserve contradicted Donald Trump when in his first presidency. The market did this. The market did this during Brexit. The market did it last time. The market did it, I think, on Monday, guys. On Monday, was it Monday? We got that 300-tick candle down on the NASDAQ. That's when Ukraine fired its first tactical missile at Russia. The market just tanked, and then everyone went, oh, oops, okay, well, that's happened, but it doesn't affect us, and then it turned around and flew back the other way. 60-minute charts. The 60-minute American charts look very undecided, guys. And now for the FDAX traders, the 60-minute FDAX chart looks very, very long, like really, really amazing long. Amazing long. Look at this FDAX failed at 19,000. We'll talk about round numbers, guys and girls, and how important they are. Okay, now we hit the short down there. There's nothing wrong with the short. Guys, it's gone through its 3 first targets, and basically they said, you know what, we can't sell down through 19,000. We're going to turn around and go back the other way. That's exactly what they've done. All right, so let's just wait, guys. We'll wait for the 16 seconds or so, wait for the 60-minute charts to close. We're looking for static trades inside the new hour. Unless you are very advanced, guys, then you're looking for the buyers to push up on the NASDAQ, steal the stair step. Guys, you want the buyers to push up, steal the stair step, and then we're going to join the sellers if the buyers fail. Guys, that will be the plan. Is there a process to search research a wobble to? Yes, Cole. The Australian War Memorial, incredible database, mate. Incredible database. I actually found my long lost uncle, the great uncle, my grandmother's brother. We actually found him and where he died in the war using the Australian War Memorial. So I'd use the War Memorial. Incredible, mate. Incredible stuff. Okay, as we're just watching what we're doing. So at the moment, guys, I've got the sellers owning the stair step. Sellers owning the stair step everywhere. So we're looking for buying base reversals. Guys, please don't catch a falling knife here. So again, let me just switch some fibs around for you. For the NASDAQ traders, if you are going to be looking at taking an earlier static trade, right? So note that we're back down into this kind of static stuff. You would need the sellers to sell down well below that level, is well below your entry level. You want them to be burning at least 80% of the volume on the current candle before you would then say, I'm pretty happy with the fact the sellers can't sell the market, so I'm going to be buying. We're going to look for Fibonacci reinforcement on that. So just be very careful, guys. Very easy to catch a falling knife at the start of the new hour. Okay, let's watch your volume. Volume is caught up, guys. So we're over 80% on the volume at the moment on the NASDAQ. All right, so again, you've got a Fibonacci failure off the 61.8. Now, let me just watch what everybody's doing. FDAX, I'm watching you guys very, very closely. NASDAQ, you are looking. NASDAQ, I was about to say, you're looking to put an order on, guys. Looking to put an order on. Once they hit the 80% volume threshold, you're looking to put an order on. We're looking to trade that static bar reversal with a delta on the left-hand side to the high side. If you have taken that trade, guys, if you've taken that trade, it is already gone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 ticks to the high side. It's gone through all of your targets. It's controlled your risk. It's done everything. Ash, what is the 80%? That's when they're burning volume, Ash. So once the volume cruises through the 80%, that's when I determine, you know what, these guys may have lost the plot, which they've just literally just lost the plot. Now, NASDAQ traders must be very careful, please. If you are long already, because you've already taken the trade, it's gone at least 50 ticks to the high side, which means it's controlled your risk. If you're looking to go long again, guys and girls, we need the sellers to push down, fail again before we go long again. Okay, so please be really careful. It's very easy, what we call catch a falling knife. It's very, very easy to catch a falling knife, guys, inside the turn of the new hour. So again, if you have gone long already, guys, at that older SPR, it's gone at least 50 ticks to the high side, at least 50. All right, now, again, they're buying again, guys, they're buying again. They may be trying to engage this delta here, that little bright green diamond. If they engage that, guys, the buyers are clearly going to take control of the market again, but the NASDAQ is very cranky. Right now, they've completely blown their volume up. That's completely blown volume. What does it mean, guys? Again, if you want to take that SPR trade over there, we really, really, really need a lower low, which there we go. We've now got a lower low. Guys, we're in the last 90 seconds, so we don't want a new trade on. So if you caught it through the first time, it was amazing. There's no question about that. We do not want to enter a NASDAQ trade, guys, in the last 90 seconds of the candle, okay? Because this is where we can get a little bit, they can get a little bit cranky. For the FDAX, okay, for the FDAX, you guys are going to have to be very, very careful. The reason being is that the FESX looks like it's going to close below its S1. Please now note that there's a disagreement in the market. Okay, disagreement is the FDAX is above the S1, the FESX is below the S1, so the FESX is going to win that. If we did get below the S1, guys, on the new candle, the FDAX traders are looking for an S1 reversal, provided the FDAX does not run to the downside. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So inside the new candle. So we've got a lower low, guys. We've got a lower low on the candle. There's no doubt about that. All of these buying deltas coming in on the NASDAQ, guys, if you are fast at your trading, guys, particularly the little diamonds, guys, are tradable, but you must be able to carry 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, almost 70 ticks of risk. I'd suggest that's probably too much for most traders. Okay, probably too much. Rob, you've done your KPI. Perfect. Rob, well done, mate. If you've done your KPI, guys, I'm finished trading for the day. I finished in the first 15 minutes. Okay, now I did mention that at the time, finished in the first 15. And my point to everyone globally, if you have hit your predefined KPI for the day, it could be $100, $300, $400. A couple of people have got KPIs around $12,000. If you've hit your KPI, guys and girls, and the money's in the bank, don't keep trading, right? This is not a poker machine. This is not a game of roulette. This is professional trading. And the moment, if you worked for a bank, as if you work for Macquarie Bank and you hit your daily goal and you take another trade, you get sacked. So please stop trading, write up your debrief. This is what I did today. This is what worked really, really well. Guys, you're finished. You know, if you've got a $400 a day KPI, eventually that's going to be $4,000 a day. But that today is not the day you go for $4,000, unless that's your KPI. Lee, don't overstay your welcome. I do like that. So, guys, we do have a masterclass tonight on Fibonacci. So for those samurais that are out there, guys, 30 minutes after the LTR finishes, we will be running a masterclass on Fibonacci. Guys, what a day to run a masterclass on Fibs. Like, look at this. This has just been crazy. But even though it's crazy, guys and girls, even though it's crazy, have a look at how the Fibonacci's are working. Guys, it's just going great. Now, for the new traders, guys, for the new traders or those that are brand new, for the FDAX, all right, we're looking for an S1 reversal. We need the sellers to sell well under the S1. Okay, then turn around and come back the other way. We don't want to enter the trade in the last 90 seconds of the candle. And we also want the FESX to be pushing up above its S1. At the moment, it's struggling. So the FDAX traders, you guys might be caught in irons just at this point in time. For the NASDAQ traders, we're keeping a very close eye on the S&P 500. Now, interesting point, the S&P, guys, inside the new hour, has actually pushed down here. If we were to push well under these 76s on the S&P, then we're going to be picking up a long range reversal long because it's occurring really early inside the new hour. Guys, right now, the NASDAQ traders, you guys are mucking around on 4-hour levels. The NASDAQ doesn't really know what to do. Guys, your volatility is still high, so we're going to have to be careful. Guys, got to be careful. Again, for the sticklers, we're looking for lower lows. Here comes the NASDAQ. Perfect. So we're looking for lower lows. We're looking for the sellers to blow their volume. At the moment, guys, NASDAQ sellers are not blowing their volume. Right? So these NASDAQ sellers are actually quite powerful. S&P is still powerful. All right, so let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see. They've just outstayed their welcome on that Fibonacci. So right now, Ash, you asked a question before about volume. See, the volume on this current candle is only about half of what it was on the previous candle. The sellers have still got some fuel in the tank. This is where you got to be very, very careful about taking a single touch reversal off of Fibonacci. If the sellers are too strong, right, it's like catching, not kidding, it's like catching a falling knife. Okay, so we just got to be careful on that one. Sellers are still not blowing their volume on either US market. Right? So the sellers on both US markets are really cranky. Okay, really cranky. FDAX, we're waiting for the FESX caveat. You guys are not allowed to enter a trade in the last 90 seconds, so you're not putting a trade on now, please. If the FESX was to get back above its S1. We're going to pick up a dynamite reversal on the FDAX. At this point in time, we can't. Our rules don't allow us. We've also had a blinder, guys. We've had a blinder. So if the rules start denying us the ability to take trades, that's okay. Because most traders, guys, most traders that have experience in this session have gone really, really well. And we've also dodged a number of pretty serious bullets, guys, which is really, really important. All right, FDAX. At this stage, the sellers have lost control of the FESX. So the only trade you guys are going to pick up on the FDAX, guys, will be a 76 fib reversal. Okay, which looks like this. Okay, if we were to sell, I might have missed that by a whisker. If these guys sell down through this 76 fib, guys, particularly if they sell down and sneak around 19,000, so 19,000, the round number. If we get down around 19,000, you may be picking up a long on the FDAX, guys. You're looking for a 008 entry. We must sell well below 008 in order to go long, right? At this point in time, you would be waiting for the big sell down, as you want to see the sellers get punished. Okay, you want to see the sellers push down and get punished. You're looking for a 008 entry, guys. You've got all the right caveats on. Okay, I'm going to switch to sim, guys, in the background because I'm over my KPI. Whoops, I want to try and get that 008. So, guys, I'm going to try and execute the trade in the background here. Again, if I can execute it, I've taken my eye off the chart for a moment. I might have just missed the trade. I'm trying to put my long on at 008 for the FDAX traders. All right. So if you have gone long, guys, if you have gone long at 008, all right, your risk control point, guys, your risk control point is 013. Right. So only 5 points. That's only 5 points into the trade. Now the sellers have sold down again, guys. They're having trouble at the 76s. So again, if you've gone long, guys, if you've gone long at 008, your risk control point is 013. Okay, so you just boom, straight through your first target, straight through your risk control point. So what I was looking for, guys, I was looking for a lower low of failure at the 76 fib. I didn't want, look at this, absolutely brilliant. What I was looking for, guys, is for the sellers to have lost control of the big European market, which they have. That's why they're buying here, and that's why it's going so well. Now, a reciprocal trade on the NASDAQ, guys. Sorry, I was on the FDAX. Lower low, guys. You've got a double failure reversal off the 76s. If you've taken the first delta long, it's already gone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 ticks to the high side. Guys, so that's a classic double failure reversal. Okay, absolutely brilliant. Now, your risk on that trade is around about 10, 20, 30. So most traders in the world can take a 30-tick risk. Guys, if you've got 30 ticks at risk, try and gun for a 30-tick target. Matt, yeah. so, guys, if you're long on the FDAX off the 76s, massive trade. It was a massive trade. You're way beyond your risk control point. So let your longer range targets run. NASDAQ traders, do I have anyone long over the top of the 76s? Okay, is anyone long over the top of the 76s? Where's well done? Okay, if you are long over the top, guys, of the NASDAQ 76s, then yes, DT, well done. So, guys, if you've picked up the first 3 deltas long, right, the first 3 deltas, 1, 2, 3, right, go right there. Your target, guys, your risk control point is 25. So first delta, 1, 2.5. Your risk control point, if you're a mathematical risk controller, is the top of the circle. So, guys, what I would do if I was long is I would have a target around 25 and then a target up around about 50, then a target at 75, then a target at 100, or a target at 25. Cut your risk off so you cannot lose any money. And, guys, the rest is money for jam. Cole, I took the first V2. Are you all the way out the top there, man? Okay, now I'd suggest, okay, let me, more messages coming in, guys. Just the markets are about to start twitching again. So you might have just heard the ding dong come in on my screen. Okay, no, it's not what I thought. Perfect. if you are long, guys, off the 76 fibs after the lower low, if you're long off the 76 fibs after the lower low, I was just reminding you, you've already gone 50 ticks into profit, which means you've gone way beyond your risk control point, way beyond your first target. FDAX traders, if you're long off the 76s, this is the turn of the hour trade. Guys, you're long, as per the normal numbers, guys, you're long at 008. Your risk control point is 013. So guys, you've got basically 4 targets. You've got 013 as your first target. Okay, 18 is your second target. 23 is your third target, and 28 is your fourth target. So you guys are already up to 4 targets into that FDAX trade, which means promise me you've cut all your risk off, please. Now, for the experienced traders, guys, the market is turning long. I know that Matt is long. I know that Matt is long on the nasdaq, the FDAX. But your Fibonacci risk control is not going to work. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. So what I'm going to do is, for those that are long on the FDAX, if you are long for long range targets, NASDAQ, your longs are looking really good. So please hold your longs. Guys, hold the longs, please. We did say at the start of the day, guys, it was long longs and short shorts. Now look what's going on. Matt, your risk control point is the 50 fib of the counter trend, and we're already at the 50 fib of the counter trend. Okay, right here. So guys, if you are long on the FDAX from down the bottom of the jar, if you are long, then your risk control point is that 50 fib. Okay, Cole. Okay, Matt, well done. FDAX long. Oh, Terry, +5, +10 times 2, and +20. Holy moly. But that's a huge trade. That's a huge trade. Now I'm going to put a little comment down here, guys, for my imagine what this, can you imagine what the screenshot library looks like, guys, for this live trading room? It's like this amazing colored history of everything that we've done. Now the NASDAQ, guys, has gone again, it's picked up, it's gone way beyond risk control points, guys. That's all I can say. And I think the key to trading today, guys, is have a defined risk control point, put your first target there. If it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, you can't lose money. I think that is the way to pull today apart, guys. Super volatile. So what does that mean? Guys, we're super careful. That's all we're doing. Dave just got after the big okay, mate. Okay, well done. Alan, you got 11 and 41 off the SBR. Beautiful trade, right? That's again, it's over KPI. I reckon the US is getting ready to tank here. Nice. It's getting ready to tank. And I tell you why, guys, look at the reference charts. The FESX can't get back above its S1. All right, so these guys are getting ready to be really angry. What's our time? So 17 past, we've got 13 minutes left. As we are doing Fibonacci in our Thursday night masterclass tonight, right? So for all the samurais out there, you guys have got your Thursday night masterclass tonight. It's on Fibonacci. As part of that series of 4 masterclasses we're doing, guys, for the month of November. All designed to get you ready for 2025, guys. 2025 is going to be massive. If we can do this on a day like today, where the market is crazy fast, imagine what we can do for the whole of 2025. I'd suggest the markets are getting ready to tank. We're in the last 90 seconds, so no new trades, please. No new trades. And guys, I know I say it all the time, but a big shout out, guys, to TTP, the Trading Pit, for allowing us to do this. Today has been a big day, guys. It's been a big day. I'm very happy with my salary today. Very good. FDAX that you call SBR reload. Petros. Ooh, okay. For an SBR reload, for a reload on the FDAX, I want the FESX to be back above its S1. Okay, now you could sneak in, right? You could sneak in if we got a lower low. So again, on the FDAX, we need them to come down here. We need them to come down here. Basically fail again at the 76s, and then we can pick up that static bar reversal long because the ratios are incredible. We don't want the FDAX closing below yesterday's low. Right? So yesterday's low is hiding in there. We don't want it closing below yesterday's low. At the moment, also, mate, the buyers own the stair step, which means buying base reversals run at a lower probability. We need the sellers to steal the step, and you're going to get a massive reversal long. Absolutely brilliant. Does that answer the question, mate? I trust it probably does. I mean, what has already occurred? So again, if you traded this static bar reversal, it's a -11, so it's incredible. If you've traded it already, brilliant. What I would be careful of is trading the FDAX long while the FESX is getting caught at the S1. Now, guys, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ have just set up massive shorts. Massive shorts. Now, the flip side of the massive shorts is if you are going to go short on the NASDAQ, guys, you must wait for the green team to show on the current candle. You're looking for a 38 fib retracement. Guys, you're looking for a violent rejection. So at the moment, they're 23. If they go to the 38, guys, you're going to find them to get rejected. It's a huge selling candle. Right? It's a huge selling candle. Now, the risk on the sell is too much for most traders. So the only way you can go short, guys, the only way you can go short if you're allowed to carry the risk, I would suggest, again, it's too much risk, guys. Honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 140 ticks at risk, guys. Now, that's beyond our risk profile, guys. We don't normally take trades with 140 ticks. The candle's not out of context with today. It's not out of context. The NASDAQ is highly likely to sell down here. Guys, it's going to be really angry when it does. Here goes the FDAX in sympathy to the NASDAQ. It's going to be really angry, guys, when it sells, but I think it's too much risk for most people. Okay, I think it's too much risk. And the worst thing to do, guys, is if you've missed out on a couple of trades today, the worst thing to do is go and get into a trade with too much risk and go, oh, crap, there's too much risk. Effectively, why? You've broken your trading rules, you've broken your plan, you've broken a whole lot of stuff, and you just get annoyed. You guys just get annoyed. Trading, guys, trading is very, very simple, but it's also one of the hardest things I've ever done because you've got this monkey chatter in your head that says, go, go, go. Oh my God, you're going to miss out on an amazing trade. I think, guys, the NASDAQ is going to tank now. I think it's going to tank. But does that mean I get into a trade with too much risk? No, I just wait for a trade with less risk. Go back the other way. Christine, you've done 84 ticks today. So that's, if you've got a 20 tick per day KPI, Christine, that's 4 days KPI. I'm excited for you. That's brilliant. Now, FDAX, guys, again, we're waiting for the FESX to show us its true colors. Okay, at the moment, it's... Yeah, look, Europe's going to tank. Europe's going to tank as well. So I'd suggest at this point in time, is again, you see, look at this. This is all the algorithms fighting with each other about who's going to win the NASDAQ. So at this point in time, guys, we're not short. There's too much risk for most traders globally. We're not short. For the FDAX and the FESX, I would suggest at this stage, guys, that we're looking for S2 reversals. Like we're looking for big, big, bad reversals today. Can I send you short on the FDAX? No, I can't. I tell you why. There is a very key Fibonacci through there, isn't there? Now, we had this on before. Okay, we are literally, guys, FDAX is in no man's land. Okay, now let me show you what I mean by that. There's no point in me saying it and not explaining it. These guys have fallen, guys, they've fallen out of favor. Everything's going to tank. I'm thinking it's tanking. That doesn't mean I go and get in on a trade. That does not mean I go and get in on a trade. Okay, over my daily KPI, We've traded very, very well. We've had a blinder of a week, guys. If you want to go and have a look at YouTube, we've had a blinder this week. You wouldn't want to throw it all away on a Thursday night just because you think the market's going to tank. Now, mind you, if I know what I'm doing, we're going to see the market get really cranky here. But guys, again, there's no valid trades inside a reasonable risk profile. I would suggest, guys, the FDAX is going to produce a really, really strong candle here. So it's going to be a really strong candle. FESX complementary, really strong. The only reason these guys are going to stall, no, they're beyond stalling at this point. I suggest they're going to fall. Again, just let them go, guys. Let them go. Let me just double check that 4-hour fib. Okay. Guys, look at this. If the FESX gets much lower, what's our time? 6:25. Wow, it's 6:25 already. If we get much lower, guys, Europe is going to collapse. Like literally, it's going to collapse. There's no European news tonight. So what we'll probably find, guys, look at, okay, so this is good. What we're going to find is that if Europe can't get down through that green Fibonacci, right, that one right there, if it can't, that is powerful enough to return everybody and send them back the other way. All right, now we're 25 minutes into the second hour. Guys, now huge tank candle, no question about that. All I can see they've done, guys, if they've picked up the sell orders, they've gone 10, 20, at least 30 ticks to the downside. It's an interesting little lesson. If your risk control point was 1/4 of the volatility, what's 1/4 of 93? Quick maths, 20, 22, 23, 24. Guys, if let's say 25 for easy maths, guys, they've gone 25, they've gone 30 something ticks towards a 25 tick first target and risk control point. So even if I was short, guys, on the NASDAQ, which I'm not, even if I was short, they would have triggered my risk control and it would have basically been a scrub trade. Break outside the range of the 60-minute counter, there is trading inside the range. Yes, yes. Exactly right, Steve. I'm with you on that one. So guys, as Steve has said, they're going to try and break outside of recent trading ranges. If they can't break outside, guys, we're literally just going to go sideways until that high impact US news, which is double checking 10:30 p.m. tonight, I do believe. Double check. I'm sure it's 10:30 p.m. It is on one of these screens. 60-minute high impact US news, 10:30. So 10:30 p.m. Tokyo time tonight. As if these markets, I think they're going to tank personally, but if they don't tank, they're going to trade sideways until 10:30. If that news is not positive, guys, for the US market, it's going to be incredible to watch. Incredible to watch. Just be amazing. So guys and girls, any questions at all? I know today's been pretty busy. It's been pretty busy. Tim, how have you gone? How have you gone today? I've done really well today, guys. Really happy with the way I traded. I traded my trading plan perfectly. My ATMs worked perfectly. And then I stopped. So again, I've followed my trading plan to the T, and it's gone really, really well. Guys, in the upcoming advanced trading course, we are going to work through my trading plan line by line by line by line. So if you want a copy of the trading plan, guys, you just take a copy of the plan. You all know what it is anyway. There's no surprises. Thanks, Lockie. Awesome session, Adam. Awesome. Where do I find the link for tonight's masterclass? Craig, go into the members area, mate, and you've got the Thursday night November masterclass series icon in the middle of the members area. Mate, if you click in there, that's where the link is, I believe. Yes, it is there. It is there. Petros. Petros. You're talking FDAX, mate. You're talking FDAX. Yes, okay, mate. Great question, because the FDAX loves the 60-minute chart fibs. Loves the 60-minute chart fibs. So all I've done is I've found the dominant candle, mate, and then I've drawn the Fibonacci down to say if you guys are going to fail anywhere, you're going to fail at the 133.76 evil twin combination over there. Now, I think the market is just going to drill and drill and drill now because they're angry. But at the end of the day, we are almost to the point where we're finished trading, so we don't join the angry. I think we're pretty well done. Guys, any other questions at all? Well, I know I say this all the time, but a big thank you, guys, to TTP. If it wasn't for them, we would be just off trading by ourselves. But again, guys, big shout out to Arlen and the team, guys at TTP. This has been a good session, guys. It's been a great session, actually. We're bopping along. Now, with all of that said, guys, we're around about, what have we got? Not long, guys, not long until the session is over. So again, if you're going to continue trading, guys, what I would suggest you do is come back in 90 minutes after the Europeans have come back from lunch and start trading again. Guys, once this session is over, 90 minutes, guys, generally speaking, the market goes a little bit sideways. I do think we're just going to continue to sell down, guys, no question about that. The flip side of selling down is for the FDAX traders, I wouldn't take another reversal long until we get down to the S2. That's where I would be targeting. And I'd make sure the FESX is down on this S2 as well. That's what I'd be looking for. Ken, yeah, today was pretty fast. As I said, anyone that doesn't know what we do, today was really fast. But we know why, guys, we know why. And again, the lead-in volume, as the moment that lead-in volume spikes over 60,000, we know we're in for a chicken run, and that's what we got today, like literally just a chicken run. It was, Rob. I'm very happy, guys. I'm very happy, though, with the way you've traded. Kay, you're over KPI. See you in the masterclass. So, guys, that masterclass starts in 30 minutes for the samurais that are out there. So I'm going to have to run away, guys. I have to run away. And get ready for that masterclass. Now, Arlen normally comes in and says a little bit of hello. So I'll just let her, guys, I'll just let her bop along. I'll just make sure I haven't got a message that she's not going to do that, but normally she does. So I'll just wait for Arlen to pop in. At this stage, I wouldn't be taking any new trades, guys. Just wait for the market to settle over the next 90 minutes over European lunch. Again, if we get any kind of positive, guys, any kind of positive announcement about what's going on in Europe, then these markets are going to turn, they're going to skyrocket back the other way. We are so badly oversold. Whereas we're so badly oversold on the larger charts that the long range longs are going to fly. Just going to fly. We just got to wait for the market to settle a bit. Because we don't have young Arlen. Let me just give her a quick message. Guys, I'll just chase her now and see. She might be stuck. Guys, she might be stuck doing something. But either way, guys and girls, we've had a dynamite session. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm very, very happy with what's occurred. I'll just send her a quick little message. She may be caught. Well, she may be caught up. Guys, while we're doing that, any final questions from anybody? Was any final questions about anything we've done? Andy, you've ended up with 100 ticks on 3 contracts. That's a great trade. 100 ticks, $500 times 3, so $1,500 a day. But that is absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Oh, yep, she's coming back, guys. So she'll be back any second. So we'll just hold on. Guys, I love saying thank you. I love saying thank you properly. Oh, there she is. So, Arlen, we were just saying thank you for allowing us to do this. We've had a big day. There is no doubt about that. So.
Thank you so much. Is that Cody I see here? Did he join us? Is Cody back?
Yeah, Cody's back from his surfing trip, and he had a good day. He had a good day. So
amazing.
Yes.
Hey, Cody. Hey. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. Thank you so much for Lachlan for doing this this session. I do want to bring your attention, guys, for one very important thing. I don't know if you've noticed this. First of all, we have NinjaTrader. Have I mentioned NinjaTrader? We have NinjaTrader. You have been asking for NinjaTrader. We've already delivered. And
Yes.
second of all, guys, we also have now an option to request payouts twice a week. Okay, twice a week you can pay out on
Very good.
Fridays and also on Tuesdays. So keep that in mind. We will have a lot of interesting things coming up. You know, it's getting colder. The winter is here. Holidays are coming up. So I'm not gonna say more than that, but we have interesting things coming up. And for now, again, Lachlan, thank you so much for joining us, for doing this live trading room.
Pleasure.
Let's see. Oh, to answer David there, we cannot actually use Ninja on classic programs. It was designed for the prime challenges, guys. So prime challenges, the futures challenges are the ones who are working with NinjaTrader. FYI, okay, FYI. So again, thank you so much, Lachlan. Thank you again for the live trading room, and I'll see you again next week.
Sounds great, guys. So yeah, guys, big session today. Well done to everybody. There's a lot of personal bests today, which is fantastic. And Arlen, we'll see you next week. Perfect.
See you.
You guys. Bye bye bye. Bye bye.